everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at Granby Realty, and here with another Ask Doug. And if you're enjoying these, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, what I wanted to talk about today is how an owner can convert their property that they live in into a rental. What do you do? How do you do it? What do you need to do to get it ready for a tenant and renting it for whatever short term, long term, whatever it is that you have planned? So um, I will go over some of the steps that I tell people what to do to prepare, because you can't just walk out and go and just rent your place. There's a whole bunch of things that you need to do to prepare and hire someone and do the contract and so here we go. Um, Furnishings. Are you renting it with your furniture in it? Are you taking some of it out? Um, what about yeah, you have all of your personal possessions, and then there's things like, that drawer in the kitchen with extra batteries and scissors and scotch tape and just all kinds of this or that. All that has to go. It has to be an empty drawer. So, and then, dishes, wine glasses, coffee cups, um, what are you leaving? How furnished is it going to be? Is it really fully furnished or partially furnished? Are you taking some paintings off? Are you going to replace the paintings with another painting? Or are you going to fill the hole and then repaint the wall? If you just paint the little patch, you'll see the paint patch. So you need to do the whole wall. So, be prepared for that. And then do you have anything that needs to be repaired? So anything broken, the tenant's gonna be calling me to say this is broken and please fix it. So you gotta get all of those things done as you're moving out. And then what about utilities? Are you paying for the tenant's water? Like if you have a house, do you want them to water the yard? If they're paying for the water, they may not want to water the yard. So got to go over all the utilities and who pays what and how that's going to be done. I also like to have a little discussion about animals. So as you may know, there's three types of animals. There's something called pets, and you can have them. That might increase your chances of renting it successfully and quickly because there's a lot of people with animals now. Um, or not. You don't want to have pets. Well, if you don't want to have pets, you need to know about the other two animals, and those are um, like seeing eye dogs, and you can't say no to that. So you're going to have an animal in your house, or if you have an emotional support animal, you're going to have an animal in your house. And there's nothing you can do about that other than not rent your place at all, because you can't discriminate against those animals. In fact, they can be renting in there and be halfway through their lease and they have an animal in the house, and you can't kick them out or do anything. You can't even have a security deposit for an emotional support animal or an assistant animal. Can't do it. So need to know about that. You can vet the animal as you can also vet the human. So for the people, we look at credit checks, past landlords, their income. You can look at all that when you're evaluating the tenants. And credit scores do matter a lot. If you have a low credit score, you're probably going to be missing payments. So you want to select someone that has a good credit score. And then we do have a website that can check into animals, see if there's any history on the animal. So that's part of it. Do you have any house rules? Are you part of some multifamily housing, or there's two rentals in one property? Do you have any sort of house rules? Um, Photos, we'd like to get professional photos done. Um, and that's for the advertising for tenants, and you want to get that done before someone moves in so that you can show it at its best before all the stuff comes in. So, and then you got to think about timing. You need at least a 60, 70-day lead in to find a tenant, because people plan ahead. Their lease ends coming up in 3 months, and then they start looking and evaluating where they're going to go next, because they have to land before they have to be out. So it gets pretty stressful for tenants moving. So you want to be able to catch people. We don't reserve places, but try to coordinate with their move with coming into your place. So you want to start the advertising while you're still working on the house. Um, so going over expectations for the owner on how this all goes through, we have the property management contract to go over, um, the percentage, the fee that we charge, and then you have a gross excise tax to pay on the rental. And the state of Hawaii has finally linked through their RCA-1 law that was passed last year, linking the rental. Those people that manage now have to disclose to the government that they are managing a property and they're getting a certain income from the property. That has to be disclosed. And then you want to go over the owner's vendors and our vendors and see who they would like to use for um, fixing things over time, things that break, and um, how the costs will be handled. And and then lastly, we go over our Appfolio um, site, where the tenant pays in their rent, the vendors get paid through that, and the owner gets their um, remaining balance for the rent paid to their checking account directly at the beginning of each month. So that's a lot of things, but that's a smattering of what to expect when you convert from home ownership into a rental property. All right, hope that helps. Some food for thought. And if you have any property needs, property management, buying or selling, please let me know. All right, until next week. Thanks so much.